Welcome, Aries. This is your June 2024 reading. This is going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively guided. Thank you for paying attention to your spirit guides. That's really how I read beyond the cards. If you felt nudged to a reading, hit your spirit guides. You may be in love with the Libra or Libra. Don't know where that came from. And Aries, interesting. There's probably a Libra here. Um, yeah, anyway, you may be in love with an Aries. And if that's the case, understand that your spirit guides know that. And there'll probably be a lot of messages here for you. Um, so just have your spiritual ears open and your spiritual eyes open. And then just let go. It's really just about letting go. What do I want to say? Like letting go of the things we cannot control and maybe putting it in divine's hand. I don't even know why I'm going down that road. But I do want to say, Aries, you have been in a few of the readings this month, really in a positive light. So, there's only one reading, I can't even remember whose it was, where maybe the light wasn't so favorable, but the other ones, I mean, powerful. So maybe it's Libra. I don't know. Maybe that's why I said that. So, anyways, we're going to go ahead and get into your reading. It is a couple days late. We're going to use four different decks. We're going to use our Mother Mary, which is an oracle deck, for her beautiful words of wisdom. And we're going to use Mother Mary at the end of the reading, over the messages. We are going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify, or like I like to say, go deeper. How deep do you dare to go? I feel like that's one of my readings along because I want to go deep. Like I want to find solutions for you, answers, whatever I can. Comfort helps bring comfort to your heart. That type of energy. That is my ultimate goal. So for the tarot portion, we're going to use two different decks. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot and we're going to use the Universal Tarot. Not normally two decks I'd put together, but I put them together. I forget when, like for who's reading, and I just love them together now. So I decided to continue forward with them. All right, I'm going to stop talking now and get into your reading. Shout out to my friend on the 22nd of March. Um, Sam's other son. I can't remember his exact date. But he's like close to the Taurus cusp. All right, let's get these cut. And what we're gonna do is, we're gonna let what wants to come out. But what I'm really shooting for is like, for the Psychic Tarot, and then bring in for the Universal Tarot, and then come back to Psychic Tarot. And I'm looking for synchronicities. That's why I'm doing two decks. I'm looking for synchronicities. If it has anything to do with love, then I'm looking for like, that communication, spiritual communication. Um, let's go ahead and bring the lid down and let's begin. I noticed some people put like reading begins at so and so. I personally feel like the reading begins the moment I'm on here, but I get it. I get it. All right. We have, moving on. This is the Six of Swords. Okay, well, that tells me that for some of you, you must have dealt with the Five of Swords energy. Toxic energy, toxic communication. Could be toxic people talking, toxic communication. But this is you moving on from that. It's almost like enough is enough. Enough is enough is enough. And then we have the Four of Swords, rest and rejuvenation. It's like some of you, it feels like you're going for a hike. And maybe a hike. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but I feel like, like I'm going through a hike. Like this person is sitting in the woods, right? Absorbing nature and nature's healing abilities. But I also feel like just the walk in the woods, the hiking in the woods, feels very good to your soul. All right. So we know what you're healing from. Because again, we merely need to go back one card with the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords moving on, right? And it's a good thing. But it can be temporarily difficult energy, right? Why? Well, probably just because of the change. Because again, it's like going from difficult energy to hopefully peaceful energy. We have balance. Well, there's Libra. There it is. There's Libra. Libra's major arcana. This is justice. And then we have truth, which is my mind just went blank. What the heck? Which is judgment. It's like what the heck? But it is about your own truth. It's interesting because judgment really is it's about calling you into the present moment. It means that there is going to be some type of rebirth in your life. And I feel like you had a big part in that. Like, I feel like it couldn't have happened. Whatever is next couldn't have happened without first moving on from, again, some type of toxicity. Balance here, important, right? It is important to find balance within one's life, but it could also be cutting of ties, right? And again, even if I know, I feel like for some, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. But I feel like, yet it had to be done. And justice does talk about a rebirth. Well, I love that it's mirroring the Six of Swords because that means any of that toxicity that does not feel like it's moving forward with you. Matter of fact, I feel like this is, the Six of Swords with the Four of Swords. It is like taking the time that's needed to, well, for some of you, believe in yourself again. Anytime justice shows up in a reading, it certainly signifies cutting of ties. And, I also want to say, I feel like when we cut those ties, especially so close to judgment, I feel like we must have been like living what felt like an unbalanced life. And then the cutting of the ties, it's like recalculating, rebalances you. But listen, this is also with your effort. I'm saying effort, you know. Anyways, let's keep going. Oh, and you know what? I wanted to bring out the other deck. We have accelerated motion. So I'm going to use this. And then we're going to use the Universal Tarot. So you got accelerated motion underneath the Six of Swords. Wow. It's like when I clear up things in my life, or when I no longer allow those who, really have nothing good to say anyway, have an effect on my life. Those who didn't believe in me, those who might have said, you're on the wrong path, you're doing the wrong thing, so on and so forth. I feel like no, no, because I feel like you must have trusted yourself, and I feel like you're following this course. But I feel like your guides are definitely helping you. Like they're helping to illuminate, what it is it needs, or what needs. I'm saying needs, but how can I live my best life? Well, I don't feel like being in the Five of Swords would be my best life. So I feel like you're on your way. Like, this is about a new journey. And where is this new journey taking you? Well, with judgment, first of all, I love that because it's telling you that your spiritual team, and I know this, but like they're always with you. They walk side by side with you. This person looking up at a star. It's like she's making a wish. And listen, I feel like, especially if I've given myself time to heal, and doesn't mean like I feel completely healed, but I'm working on myself. I'm doing what needs to be done. And first I feel like, yes, it's a little difficult, but I feel like that energy will change, well, quickly. It's almost like your team, your spiritual team is saying, good job, Aries, good job. Now, make a wish. That's what she's doing. She's making a wish upon a star. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. All right. Let's give him a cut, introduce him into the reading, and let's continue on. All right. We have 6 of Cups. Interesting. We have 4 of Pentacles, the 9 of Wands, and hello, Knight of Wands. Coming into the reading, by the way. Not only is it coming into the reading, let me talk about the Knight of Wands for a second. This is, and I feel like every knight is going to complete their mission. Interesting, because it's like your spiritual team is sending out this knight. And this knight, it is fast moving, but listen, I feel like it's energy you can handle. Because again, I feel like it's a wish. It feels like a wish coming true. And here it comes into the reading. And I feel like we got to read it a little bit backwards, this way to understand it. So we have the Knight of Wands, again, fast moving energy, promises to be passion filled, doesn't have to relate to love, can be about anything, though we do have the 6 of Cups. But let's go one back. We have the 9 of Wands. Wow. I love the Nine of Wands because I feel like someone was courageous enough to look at their life and, first of all, understand, like where I've been, where things may have gone wrong. But it's not to judge yourself. Really, it's not, because I feel like the person in the 9 of Wands, by looking back and trying to just understand the situation, let's say from a spiritual lens, really, this person, I feel like it becomes a spirit warrior. It's always within you, but it's like that's the energy that now comes out. And let's also remember that 9 is about reflection, but final reflection, right? Final reflection. It's simply looking at one's life and be like, well, that didn't work out, but now I understand why it didn't work out. That couldn't be, but now I understand why it couldn't be. And these wands have new growth on them. So even if I am cutting something or someone out of my life, there's new growth. Now, this is a 9, and I feel that's independent energy, singular energy. Then we move next to that to the 4 of Pentacles. That's about your foundation. And if you look at the other 4 in the table, it's rest and rejuvenation. Some of you may found yourself just hiding away in the house for a little while. And maybe that works for you, but I feel like if it didn't, then nature may be the answer for you. And it doesn't have to mean that I'm literally going for a hike. Maybe I'm just going for a walk. And I feel like when I'm in nature, I don't know, I feel like you're able to connect with your guides a lot easier. It like clears your mind. So, anyways, and then we move into the Six of Cups. So we have you moving on. We have the Six of Cups that, first of all, does speak of, happy, treasured memories. It's a little melancholy. It may be someone of your past. It may be what this Knight of Wands is bringing in. But listen, I feel like whatever it is of your wish. And not only that, I may have had this wish for a while, but maybe the energy wasn't right, especially with your spiritual team being involved in this. It's like, I feel like the Knight of Wands is really a sign and you're going to feel it. Like you're going to feel it. Okay. Well, let's bring in the Psychic Tarot. Go underneath that. Some of you may have someone on your mind in particular. And it could be someone that, you maybe, I have a feeling if they're on your mind, then you probably have thought about them for a while. But maybe, maybe you didn't think like you were going to be proactive in it. But yet, I have a feeling. I have a feeling. All right. Hmm. All right. Eight of Swords, self created prison. You must have broken yourself free from that, though. 88 could certainly specify two new beginnings because eight to me is about a new beginning. But this, I need to set myself free from. Especially mirroring the Six of Swords, again, you have to look back and understand that this person, probably you, have dealt with probably difficult, again, communication. Probably maybe someone or people who just didn't believe in you, but you had to learn to believe in yourself, really. This is self created, so the only one who can uncreate it is you, if you're the one who created it, but I get a feeling you did. And that's human nature. It's not our spiritual nature, but it is our human nature. And listen, maybe you're learning that. I do get the feeling that you set yourself free from this. And I have a feeling, you know what I feel? Aries, I feel like you've been up in the air about a decision. And I feel like you finally made that decision. You finally decided to go after something. So I feel like this is old energy. And look at this spiritual. Well, we got a card below that. Oh, look at that. Two sixes of cups connected. So if you're thinking about someone, they're thinking about you. No doubt. If you're thinking about someone, they're thinking about you. I do not feel this has anything to do with toxic energy. Now, if this was old love, let's say, still, something probably broke us up, but I still don't feel like, I don't feel like that's what's on my mind. Interesting because, again, this person is like out in nature, sitting by a big old tree, full of wisdom. Hands are wide open, ready to receive. Spiritual team is in the same line. But it's almost like, am I manifesting someone? Some of you could certainly be like moving back to an area where someone lives. And it doesn't mean you're moving back for them. There's probably something there for you, like maybe another job. Um, Anyways, let's keep going. We have spiritual strength. You know, spiritual strength with the Eight of Swords. Like, who you going to trust? Well, in the Eight of Swords, it's kind of hard to trust anything or anybody, even my own thoughts, because my thoughts can lie to me. But again, I feel like it's almost like I felt like it feels like, like someone kept you in this state, but I feel like you broke free. All right. Whoa, sorry about that. I know some people wear headphones. 99 right there. 66. Look at that. 88. 88. 66. 99. All right. We have the Four of Cups. Four of Cups, discontentment, boredom in one's life. Well, that makes sense because it's mirrored by the Eight of Swords. Like, well, I'm trapped, or the illusion of being trapped. You weren't happy. The Four of Cups, what I got to be careful about is that I'm not doing anything about this discontentment. I definitely feel like your spiritual team knew that. And maybe you didn't even ask for this moving on energy, maybe it was forced upon you. I still feel like it's going to move you in a very unexpected direction. This person in the Four of Cups, listen, first of all, they are being offered, you can't see it in this card, but they are being offered a cup. And the meaning of the card is to use your spiritual discernment. Right now, this person's got their back to the world. So that makes sense. It would mirror the Eight of Swords. And, again, no judgment because maybe you needed a little time. Maybe you just needed a little time to figure this out. But listen, this discontentment was you in a past situation. But maybe for a while, I did nothing about nothing. And now I feel like now it really feels like everything is changing. All right. Sacrifice, emotional loss. But this is the Five of Cups. Interesting. I get this feeling that this is relating to love. I get a feeling that I may have ended up with someone. Listen, it could have been a karmic relationship. And you don't want to regret that because if it's a karmic relationship, then there was something that your soul wanted to learn, wanted to put behind you for good, for eternity. And with justice here, it can certainly represent karma, or karmic. But here's the thing. I feel like if this is relating to love, I feel like whoever I was just in love with, it wasn't good. At least the end was not good. But the truth is, I feel like there's someone else on your mind anyway. Someone left a comment, and I hope it's okay, but I love the comment section. It's really where, I can pick up on your energy, but it's really definitely where you give me that confirmation, just to keep believing in myself and what I'm receiving. But someone said, is it possible to have someone on your mind all the time? And I feel like the answer is yes. Doesn't mean they're like in the forefront of your mind, But I kind of feel like there's someone who, listen, I feel like someone's thinking about you and you're thinking about someone. I feel like there's this energy that you needed to get through. It's like a period of your life that maybe did not go so easy, but that is coming to an end. Now, whether I asked for that or not, I kind of feel like judgment, you have free will, right? But sometimes I feel like judgment gets involved, like our spiritual team is like, you know, honey, I know that you're not happy. I know that you're not satisfied. Let me show you. Let me show you how you can really live a life where, I don't know, I feel you're proud, or maybe I'm even proud to call someone my partner, but I don't feel like it existed in at least the last current energy. And it's almost like your spiritual team is, I don't want to say making you think about someone of your past, someone of your younger, I'm going to say younger years, because that's what I feel like. But I just find it's interesting that we have, and this is exactly why I'm using two decks, because I want to see the synchronicities. So when we see two sixes of cups, I know that it's two different people. And I also feel, because if we think about the Five of Cups, which this is, right? The Five of Cups, well, it makes sense with the Four of Cups, right? Four of Cups, discontentment, boredom. But yet, am I doing anything about it? Because the one thing you want to worry about, well, worry is probably not the right word. The one thing you want to think about in the Five of Cups is, if I do not make movement, it could be very easily, I could very easily go into the woe is me type of energy, where I feel like your spiritual team is like, you don't have a clue. Like, you don't have a clue how good your life can look. But it does also take your action, right? Let's work hand in hand to bring you the best life. And another reason why not, why I don't want to look back and regret. What I do though is I do want to look back and learn. But anyways, beyond all that, this is a five. And five to me always ask for change. I want you to reflect upon it, yes. But then change. What does the person in the Five of Cups find once they decide I'm not going to stay in this woe's me energy? If I'm discontent, I'm going to start doing something about it, right? I feel like you felt trapped for a long time, but now I feel like you're being freed, whether I asked for it or not, but it feels like it's moving you to probably an unbelievable adventure. So, anyways, this person finds two cups. They don't know the two cups exist yet. To me, that's a soulmate energy. I'm kind of lost in the current energy. Like, you're telling me soulmates exist? Wow. I thought this person was a soulmate. They could have been a soulmate, but maybe a soulmate to help teach you, and you teach them. And whether they learned a lesson or not doesn't really matter to you. You know what I mean? Or it shouldn't. Did you learn the lesson? I kind of feel like you did. Because otherwise, I don't feel like we'd open the reading with you moving on. And it feels like I'm kind of glad you're moving on. Connected to sacrifice, which is a card of Leo, by the way. So yeah, maybe something was sacrificed. I feel like my sanity was sacrificed for a while. But now it's like you're finding yourself again. You're believing in yourself again. And I do feel like it took time. I'm not going to lie. I do feel like I got stuck in someone's web for quite a while. But again, I feel like you broke free. And, like your spiritual teams all through this reading, making a wish, and then the Six of Cups, with the Six of Cups right below it. It's almost like you're connecting to them telepathically, definitely spiritually. And maybe it is when you like quiet the mind. Maybe it is when you're out in nature. You know, am I manifesting? I have a feeling you are. And why? Because I have a feeling you're trusting in your spiritual team. It's like you're going with the flow instead of resisting it. Now I'm going to flow. All right, let's see what's at the bottom of the decks. Rejoice and celebration. I feel like it's your spiritual team, like saying congratulations, good for you. We've noticed the work that you've done. Even in the difficult situations, you still you still moved on. Could literally talk that something is coming about that will give you an opportunity to celebrate. See what's underneath that. Wow, the marriage card. Hello. And then we have the Six of Wands. It's the energy of victory, being victorious. This is the energy where I feel like a lot of people, and it doesn't have to be a lot of people, but I feel like we're other people, they get your point of view. They look up to you for what it is you say, but it's really because of your actions. You know, if you're not congratulating yourself, your spiritual team is. All right, let's bring in the Gilded Tarot and let's go deeper here. One more. I just love how, again, we have truth, which is judgment, which is calling you to the present moment, by the way. Why? So that a rebirth can take place. And here you are, wishing upon a star. And what does judgment send out? The Knight of Wands. Well, here I come. Here I come. Here I come to save the day. But listen, I feel like the reason why, like, this wish is now moving in, because this energy has been cleared. Doesn't mean I'm completely healed from it. Just means I'm no longer in it. Again, whether it was my choice or not, I feel like your spiritual team is behind the fact that you are moving on from, listen, discontentment and boredom. The Eight of Swords literally says trapped in fear, right? But I don't feel like that exists anymore. You know, it's like you're on this spiritual journey. And as you keep moving forward on this spiritual journey, you just become more spiritual. You trust in energy. You trust in yourself. You trust in your spiritual team. And does life become easier then? It does. At least the worry of, am I doing the right thing? I feel like, if this resonates, and I feel like it does, um, and that sounds a little bold, but I do feel like a lot of you are getting this, like you're understanding this. Because honestly, with the Nine of Wands, I feel like if I didn't reflect back, if I don't understand where I've been, then am I doomed to repeat the same energy over and over until I do understand? Maybe, especially if it's karmic. right? If I don't understand or regain my sense of power, if I keep staying in energy that is just not good for me anyway, well, then that's what my tomorrow will look like. And I feel like that's what your tomorrows have looked like. So now this is about moving on from that. Okay. We're going to start at the beginning, but definitely read it as a whole. So we're looking at moving on, rest and rejuvenation, balance, whoa, and truth. Seven of Wands over the Six of Swords. Seven of Wands, wow, that is battling type energy. You know, it's like I put one fire out, another fire starts. Put that fire out, another fire starts. Could have been the energy where, you know, where you felt like you were constantly defending yourself. Seven of Wands is about standing your ground. But it's interesting because I feel like sometimes it's not about standing your ground, or, I mean, that's what the meaning is. But I feel like then we have to understand, like, I don't want to stand my ground to the point where, you know, like being yes is everything, when truthfully, I don't want to put these fires out anymore. I don't want to have to defend myself. Like, I feel like I just don't want that energy. Temperance, divine timing. You know, first of all, it is Sagittarius' major arcana, but this is about patience. That's Temperance's number one message. Have patience while all good things come to be. I do feel like Temperance is, you know, I feel like part of her job, and I don't know, job is the right word. Part of what she's agreed to do is to make sure that soulmate energy, that both cups are being filled equally, because right next to it is balance, but it's also about divine timing. And what Temperance would say is the things that you cannot control, give them to me. Let me handle that. You just keep doing you. Keep moving on from, again, things that aren't serving you, and trust that what is meant to be, what is meant to find you, will find you. And I do love the Temperance is coming over the Four of Swords, again, healing. With these two Sixes of Cups right below it. And the Five of Cups over here. Do I feel like these two Sixes of Cups are soulmates? Are they each other's soulmates? Oh, yeah, they are. But listen, I feel like even this person that you moved on from, it kind of feels like a soulmate also, but a karmic soulmate. We have the Six of Pentacles. All right, so the two sixes we have in this line, first, that moving on, right? So the Six of Pentacles coming over literally the word balance, to me, it feels like, you know, like an unfair exchange, you know, like where I gave and gave and gave, and someone just took and took and took. You know, it's not balanced energy, and that is what is being asked for, balance. And I feel like that's what you're asking for at the same time. You know, the Six of Pentacles is really learning that fine art of give and take, you know, and also allowing yourself to receive, being receptive to receiving, because I have a feeling you're about to receive. But again, it's like understanding where I've been, so I know what I don't want. You know what I mean? And that's important. Like we say, okay, I know what I want, but you also need to know what you don't want. I feel like your spiritual team is like, well, it seems like it's been unfair lately. Again, I do feel like there was something major you're meant to learn. But I feel like I may have stayed in the lesson, like I may have stayed at the party longer than I needed to. But again, that would be human. All right, let's keep going. Also, the sixes also connect to the two sixes of cups, memories of love. All right. Hello, Four Swords, right over your spiritual team. Hello. If you have any doubt that, first of all, if you have any doubt that you have a whole spiritual team that's assigned to you before you even came into this earth, think again. Because not only do you have spirit guides, you have angels, you have archangels, and the highest of them all, God. Kind of love that you see the Four Swords over judgment that is mirroring moving on. So again, it's like that energy of like, I just got to get through the difficulty of change. But once I get through that, I feel like everything changes. Let's keep going. Hello, star. Right over accelerated motion, right over where literally this woman is making a wish upon a star. And then what comes out? The actual star. Card of Aquarius. But this is about, first of all, look what she's doing. She's pouring her loving waters. I feel like I know what you're wishing for. We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Death card. And then we have the King of Swords. We're going to slide that over just a hair. All right. So, Eight of Cups makes perfect sense, right? Walking away. What am I looking for? In the Eight of Cups, it is about looking in your emotional house, finding clarity within it. But I also feel like if I've been in a situation where, again, it wasn't very loving, wow, this person is heading towards the Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups is about a fulfillment of a wish, but it's also inner harmony. And that's where this person's moving to. Interesting, again, I feel like movement. And then the Death card. So I feel like I'm putting an end to what was recently, closing that door, taking a chance on myself. Remember, death is about rebirth. Judgment is about rebirth. Temperance is about divine timing. And do I feel like divine sometimes is waiting on us? I do. Because I feel like without this door being closed, then what's coming in probably wouldn't be appreciated. Or, I feel like, yeah, it would be appreciated. But maybe I wouldn't move into that energy. It's healing what was, but not allowing it to follow us. Learning from what was, but only extracting the wisdom and leaving the rest behind. Card of Scorpio also. I feel like it's also about firming up your own foundation. And then we move into the King of Swords. Can be a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But I want to follow that king because I'm wondering, is that a good thing? Hello, soulmates. Wow. Wow. Look at that love. Eye to eye. Temperance says, trust in me. I'll make sure both cups are equally filled. Who is Temperance talking about? I know. She's talking about the people in the Six of Cups. Soulmate. Coming over the Knight of Wands. Again, you don't think your spiritual team is involved in your life? Making a wish. I want that wish to come true. And I feel like this is what you're wishing for. Listen, doesn't even have to mean that I already have someone in mind. But I know what type of love I'm looking for. And I feel like you are going to find it. Remember the Five of Cups. That person makes the change. Here you are making the change. What is yet to be found that really they have no clue about? The Two of Cups. Here it is. Sent out by your spiritual team. Just feels like the right timing. Temperance is like, well, this is divine timing. Make a wish. Be proactive in it. And watch it come true. I feel like the signs will be everywhere. I feel like you'll feel this energy and then it's going to show itself. But let's keep going. What a reading. All right. There you are. The Emperor. By the way, you're coming right over the Eight of Swords. Not normally your energy at all. But it doesn't mean I can't get stuck in that web. I feel like there is a lot that you have learned from. The Emperor. You know, listen, if I'm just getting ready to start moving, the Emperor is someone who, if I'm worried about anything, put a plan in place. That's what the Emperor's so good about, right? I'll put a plan in place. The Emperor is someone who really does learn from his lessons, his or hers. And then other people really looking up to you. This is, first of all, it's a father figure. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe you're married and maybe there is a child involved. Maybe I didn't really, that's what kept me in place. Hello, Fool. This is a new beginning, Aries. And by the way, connecting the Six of Cups together. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith. And maybe that's exactly what it's saying. Again, I'll probably feel this energy, but then willing to move into it. It also tells me that, let's say these two people to here are going to reconnect or connect. There's nothing of my past that I need to bring along. When I think of the Fool, usually you'll see the Fool with this little knapsack. And to me, that's all the Fool's bringing. And to me, that knapsack is exactly what the magician teaches the Fool. You already have everything you need to be successful on this next path, especially if you've learned from your past. And I love the Eight of Swords or the Eight of Cups right above it, because I feel like that is you letting go of like any emotional turmoil, like things that just didn't go right. And I'm not looking at it anymore as in, I don't know, like the universe has it out for me. It feels like quite the opposite. All right, the Chariot. First of all, card of Cancer. But my God, this is unlimited potential. This is the balance of, and it is coming under balance. And it's the balance of the feminine and the masculine. It's the balance of the light and dark within ourselves. It's the understanding of that. I have a dark side, but I have a light side. And both are equally important. But when I can find balance, or these two can find balance, well, forget about it. It's like, I feel like no one can come in between the two of you. That's how great I feel like it can be. Just look right up the line. Temperance, divine timing. Death card. That's what divine timing is. The closing of the old door. I feel like that's what you're doing. And then the Chariot. Well, that's all I was asking for. Now it feels like hold on to your hat. All right, let's keep going. Oh, hello, Ten of Cups. Right under the soulmates. There is no way, with the Four of Cups, discontentment and boredom in one's life, that this is the same house. This is a different house. This is the house you're moving towards. With who? With the soulmate. This is the house of love, laughter, joy. Who's ushering it in? Your spiritual team. They're showing you the potential. I say potential because we do have free will. Can we block blessings? I think we can. You know, I think we can be fearful of them. But yet, as I say all that, I feel like this is all that energy you're putting behind you. And it's like divine is trying to show you, like when you're able to do that, when you're able to close doors, when you're able to reflect upon, the chapters in your life without judgment and really learning how you have grown from that. I need to know that if I'm someone who tends to like stay in a situation that is not good for me, I needed to learn how to move out of that. This Eight of Swords to me is illusionary energy. It's almost like Satan has its hooks in you. But here's divine. He's going to remove those hooks. You got to just say, okay. My God, the Two of Cups with the Ten of Cups now. And who is it for? Well, it's literally mirroring your major arcana. I don't even know where to, if I need to, like, I'm sitting here thinking, should I clarify anything? It feels so clear to me, that I think what I'm going to do is just go right down the middle. Ace of Swords. Ring, ring. How you been? Been on my mind lately. That's weird because you've been on my mind also. You know, this could be me reaching out. And it doesn't mean I'm reaching out and being like, oh my God, I miss you. I love you. Please be with you. No, I might simply be like, hey, I've been thinking about you lately. And that just might open the door to everything. Or it's the other way around. And I hope and pray you take that call. It's almost like saying that this is your true soulmate. And when I say true soulmate, again, we have many soulmates, but I feel like this is the one that I feel like potentially you're spending the rest of your life with. The Knight of Pentacles, beautiful. Knight of Pentacles to me is your guardian angel energy. This knight is a slow moving knight, but this is a knight we can count on. It moves slow with purpose. And I feel like part of that purpose was you closing the door to the past. It literally, you must be able to feel that it wasn't serving you. You must be able to feel that it was holding you in place, like stagnant, right? You were not happy. And I can either just accept that and continue to live that way, or I can take some chances. And it doesn't mean it's easy, but do I think it's worth it? Oh, yeah. Because this night comes in at the right time. And I get it. Like, I get it because if I didn't clear this energy, well, that would not be the right time. So I don't feel like that the night would be like, nope, not yet. But this night talks about something that's physically coming into your life, sitting right next to the Ace of Swords, the Four of Cups. Here, you can actually see that cup being offered to this person. They just have to trust their spiritual discernment. And I'm hoping at this point, you have no problem with that. I feel like what this is saying is the Knight of Pentacles, again, I come in the right time. Well, the right time was not when you weren't doing nothing about nothing, right? Like you weren't happy. You felt stagnant. I felt like you had to defend yourself, defending off attacks. It just feels like it was time to go. Now, when I say go, I just mean to let a situation end and allow it to end for good. Because this looks like a new life. Feels like a new life. And the divine energy that's in this reading is quite beautiful because, we started with your spiritual team who they will guide you. They will send you signs. Again, like I start thinking about someone and they're thinking about me. But I don't know that, right? We don't know that until we actually have this conversation. And let's not forget the Knight of Wands is coming into the reading. So it may not be you reaching out, but listen, I would never say don't. Like if there's someone on your mind, I would reach out, and it doesn't even have to be like, again, like, oh my God, I just keep thinking about you. I miss you. No, it could simply just being opening the line of communication and then allowing what wants to follow to follow. I feel like sometimes the universe is waiting on us, but they're not judging us. They're not saying, oh my God, look how long it's taken Aries to make this move. No, they're just patiently waiting. You know, temperance practices what she preaches, which is patience. Knight of Pentacles is also patience, right? But judgment is about calling you to the present moment because there is about to be a rebirth. The death card, the closing of a door, and then a new door opens. Well, look at the door that's opening. Like, holy cow. Look at this line, by the way. This bottom line was a little difficult except for this other Six of Cups. But now we have the Fool connected to him. We have the Emperor literally mirroring the Ten of Cups. With the Chariot saying that this love really is unlimited. I did not try to make this a love reading, but my God, that's what it is. It's a life reading. All right, let's take Mother Mary over the Hermit under, I don't know what made me look at that, but the Hermit, Carter Virgo, under the Six of Wands, victorious energy. The Hermit means, to me, that your spirituality is alive, that you have learned these spiritual lessons. You learned them here on earth, but they do feel like spiritual lessons. And now here comes the spiritual blessings. All right, Mother Mary. Well, hello, blessings. And I literally just said, here comes the spiritual blessings. First the lessons, and now the blessings. Today, I count my blessings small and large, and I notice the new gifts that come to me from God. Blessings. But well earned blessings. Faith. My granddaughter's name. This is, I think, the third time I saw Faith in the monthlies. I have faith in God to heal this situation. Well, you have healing right over your spiritual team. You have healing also connected to divine energy. So, definitely trust. I have faith in God to heal this situation. That's exactly what's happening. Let's see. Okay, I just felt like one more wanted to come out. We have mercy. Mercy. I am kind and thoughtful towards myself and others. I get this feeling you were dealing with someone who wasn't so kind. Yet I feel like you are. And I'm not saying you're perfect because none of us are. But I do get this feeling like, you've been dealing with some unkind type of energy. Don't allow it to become you, though, because that's not your natural energy. And the only reason why I would stay, let's say, not so thoughtful is because chances are there's just still some energy to clear. And I know I say that a lot, but I feel like it's something we got to get used to. Not all things are meant to last forever. And that is an opportunity to, when something ends, to look back. How have I grown from that? What can I extract from that? How can I use that in my present day energy? I feel like the main energy here, because I feel like many of you have already in that energy of moving on. So I feel like your blessings are right around the corner. I really do. I feel like your blessings are right around the corner. This is quite a beautiful reading, Aries. I mean, two sixes of cups, right? That is being, it's under divine's watch. The two of cups that's coming in over that knight of wands. So passion, undeniable. It may start as communication, but then literally the Knight of Pentacles is saying, but then it comes into your physical world. Don't put any, like, don't allow people who did not treat us right, don't allow their energy to have any effect of on what this can be and how far it can go. I feel like if we took free will out of it, these soulmates are going right to the Ten of Cups. And I'm not even saying that it's not going to happen quickly because it's under or it's over a very passionate energy. And it's being mirrored by not just one star, two people wishing for, two people making a wish. Well, we have two people in the Six of Cups. Does it have to be someone from this lifetime? No, I never think it has to be someone from this lifetime, though I do feel like, again, someone's on your mind and you're on someone else's mind, and it just feels divinely guided. It just feels divinely guided. All right, I'm going to let that be, but oh my gosh, Aries, I love this reading. Listen, I get that it all looks so beautiful down here, right? But I want you to understand, like, the energy it takes me to get to this point, and then you'll get there. Like, I feel like divine is um so much in your reading that tells me that the signs are going to be very, very clear. And again, some of them are going to be energetic, but literally it is saying, it's like, again, that Ace of Swords, like, hi, just been thinking about you, how you been doing. And then the Knight of Pentacles, like something physically coming into your world. It could happen that quickly. It could happen that quickly. I'm not going to leave that off the table. But listen, if it happens that quickly, even more reason to make sure that you've cleared the past, that you've closed the door, right, to that past, that you've only extracted the wisdom. You're not going to take, um, it wouldn't serve you to bring like all that difficult energy into your next relationship because, right off the bat, that gives us a bunch of cobwebs we got to work through. Now, do I think these two of cups could work through it? I do. But I feel like this is more about so you don't have to, right? Taking on that fool's energy. The past was the past. I learned from it. And now I'm ready for my next journey. I'm ready to take a leap of faith. And I feel like, honestly, like, again, once that door is closed, I feel like there's very little you have to do other than making that wish and then watch it come true. Be proactive, yes. And then it's pulling me back to the Six of Pentacles, which is the fine art of give and take. These soulmates are on the same vibration. They're kind of out of the picture there, I just noticed. They're in the same vibration. I don't feel like you're on the same vibration over here. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking because I could just go on and on and on. I just keep finding more beautiful things popping out. So that may be a sign now. I know my readings are long, but sometimes watching or reading more than once, you may see it in a different light. Or even like if, let's say, you're still up in this energy, once that's been cleared, watch it again. Because again, I feel like you'll hear it in a different way, right? A different perspective. Like here, if you're still over here, you might be like, oh, this is all bullshit, Sandy. Then you start moving in that direction. It's like, okay, maybe it wasn't bullshit. Anyways, I'm going to let that be, guys. I love you. I thank you. Um, I thank you for every way that you support my channel, small and large, truly. I thank you for your donations. It's what keeps my channel on YouTube. And I am checking out another format. I think it's called Daily Motion. It's supposed to be similar to YouTube. Because the day may come where I end up moving, you know, to another site. We'll see. I just feel like YouTube is, YouTube takes so much of a creator's money. It's ridiculous. For like our hard work, we get a small percentage. you know. Um, but don't get me wrong. I'm thankful to YouTube. I'm thank you for the platform. But it's changing. It just is changing. But I guess, that is life. But anyways, I'm just, protecting myself, protecting my works. And again, I thank you um, in the million different ways you help my channel. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for your beautiful comments. I do read each and every one, and I try to reply to everyone. It might take me a couple days, but I really, really appreciate that. So thank you. Um, because I feel like you help others through the comment section, but you also help me give me confirmation. So I appreciate that. But anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.